Lamelo Ball understands the importance of P.J. Washington and his impact to the young core of this young, budding Charlotte Hornets roster, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, P.J. Washington is coming off for dropping 31 points in 40 minutes over the defending champion Golden State Warriors, y'all. This man also put up 7 rebounds as well, which I believe is pivotal. We all know Miles Bridges is not there, which makes his impact even more immense, right? This man, P.J. Washington, is averaging 15 points per game thus far this season, shooting 44% from the field, 36% from three. Why is all this important? This man is in a contract situation. Let's keep it 100. We must acknowledge that. Will Michael Jordan and this Charlotte Hornets regime put the money up for this 6'7" forward out of Kentucky? Listen, this man is Charlotte. He is the core. You know, this man was picked 12th overall back in 2019. We all know how important he is to Lamelo. Let me tell you something right now. Lamelo Ball, he got this organization. You ain't going to be able to just get rid of his guys. You understand? That's why you see Miles Bridges still sticking around. I do believe that LaMelo Ball just does not want to give up on him. You understand? You can't give up on a talent like this. Last time I checked, the Charlotte Hornets are not just wheeling in talent. You understand? This man is averaging 20 points per game. You understand? 20. You understand? That was last season. He has yet to take the floor yet. The assist numbers, 7. LaMelo Ball is about to take this team to a heights never before seen or reached. You know why? Because number one is this. These young guys and this whole entire Charlotte Hornets core is playing inspired basketball. I mean, I'm telling you, they are the talk of the NBA. This is the surprise team, which I thought they would be. Also, you understand, Steve Clifford has a lot to do with this. We got to pay the utmost homage. We ain't going to sit up here and sugarcoat nothing. This dude, Steve Clifford, is doing the damn thing. You understand? But P.J. Washington, will he be back, and what's the price tag? You know, if you start to look at the history of a guy like Michael Jordan, has he ever just signed out his guys outright? Now, I've seen him make some idiotic moves, like putting out a max for Nicholas Batum. You know, they gave up on Kemba Walker, which, I mean, people could have thought whatever, but who knows what would have happened to him if he would have stayed in Charlotte with all of those injuries he suffered up in Boston. Would that have transpired? Who knows? It's a completely different situation. So only, you know, we just will have to guess that. But I tell you what, man, you know, the Charlotte Hornets are going to be a tough team, a tough tall order. You understand? At 15, you know, like I said, 15 points per game, which is going to go up because the Hornets this season is very young. You know, so I just want to point that out. I just feel like P.J. Washington's contract is going to be extremely pivotal, you know, coming up at the end of this off season, because it was going to be pivotal prior. You know, Bridges' contract was very pivotal. I think they took a little gasp with all of the craziness going on. You know, something's still going to have to give with him. The Charlotte Hornets, nobody would have thought they would have been where they're at now. They are facing the Sacramento Kings, you know, tomorrow. If you just get this video, it will be today. You know, in a few hours, we will be live as well. So make sure y'all locked and loaded. Y'all tuned in. Hit the bell on the icon for Flight Sports TV, because when we go up, we're going up. And like I stated before, this is going to be an unbelievable encounter. Another step for PJ to assume his position within this organization, which I believe should already be solidified. But when you're talking big money, obviously it's not going to cost a max. You know, it's not going to cost the money that Bridges was going to cost him. You know, but the way PJ is playing right now, he paying like they got to back up that Brinks truck. You know, and if he continues this, you know, he's going to put a lot of pressure on this organization. And I believe that LaMelo Ball, just his presence alone is making all of these guys blossom. You know, these guys was around before Melo got there. You know, but Melo done brought everything to life in Charlotte. I mean, this dude Melo got Charlotte like Like it's really blowing up, man. People flying out all over the country, out the country. I mean, Charlotte is a premier destination, y'all, and it's really off Lamelo and his impact and inspiring each and every one of these young guys like the PJ Washingtons. That's why you see his play. PJ never came in the league, you know, being some all-star caliber superstar, lights out scorer. You know, these guys are becoming that. Charlotte, they got a lot of blue-collar guys, you know, that's really putting their heads down and getting to work. You know, you look at this young core, you know, which I think is great. You know, this young core is going to pay dividends, and they still are going to have decisions to be made. Because when you got guys like Book Knight, you even got young players that, you know, that you're picking up, that you may have to make a decision, you know, in the future. But when you got guys like Book Knight, who's going to be coming up, what are they going to do with him? Nick Richards, Mark Williams, you know, and things of that nature. Obviously, PJ is on the books, and then whenever the situation rectifies itself with Miles Bridges, those contracts are going to have to be rectified. The Charlotte has got a lot of decisions now. They're not an organization known for handing out money, but they're going to have to hand somebody some of this money, unfortunately. Now, who's it going to be? They can't pay everybody. So as I'm evaluating the young core, who is this core of this team? What, Lamelo, you know, minus Bridges. We're just going to take Bridges out for a second because he's not here. But who is the young core right now who's suiting up? I would say, obviously, MB1. You know, you want to go with PJ. You know, Mark Williams, Book Knight, Nick Richards, you know, things of that nature. The Thors, you know, Kai Joneses. You know, what are they going to do with these guys? You know, if you find out somewhere down the line, through the course of this season, that PJ Washington was moved, you know, it was going to be, I'm going to tell you, it's going to be because they didn't want to pay him that money. You know, I'm hearing that the Lakers need shooting, this, that, and the third. I was looking at a report where they had PJ, Kelly Oubre, and I believe it was Gordon Hayward all in the deal. You know, if I'm not mistaken, was headed to Los Angeles, you know, in exchange for Westbrook and whatever else. And I thought that would be fleeced. The Charlotte Hornets would have gotten fleeced in that move. I mean, that's a lot of shooting, you know, but it is what it is. PJ Washington, he's going to command some money. It's not going to be max dollars, but it could be anywhere of upwards to I would say anywhere from $15 to $20 million to get PJ Washington re-signed back in Charlotte. And I know you're hearing $20 million. You're like, oh Lord, what the hell are you talking about? The thing is, this is a rising cap, you know, and the cap is expected to go up. So these numbers and these contracts are not something that you need to be tripping about. You know, when you hear these astronomical numbers, $15 to $20 million is solid for a PJ Washington, especially if he could continue. You know, if can he be a 2010 guy? You know, at his peak. The kid is very young, y'all, so we can't act like, you know, this dude done capped out. You know, he doesn't have any upside. This man is 24 years old. You know, so he's got great upside, and the future is bright for him. You know, you got a lot going on off the floor that's very conducive to winning. You know, he seemed like he got a lot of things, you know, taken care of. You know, it's Flight Sports TV. Let me know, will PJ Washington be back next season? That's the $1 million question. It's Flight Sports TV. You already know.